I'm Michelle from Legal Suite, and this is part 3 of how to complete the Docgen database for transfer matter, the documentation screen. Note that I've obviously already captured my transfer matter with all the relevant parties, and we're now going to go on to the third bit of the Docgen. Right, so highlighting my matter, we click on the Docgen database icon, and we will then go to the documentation screen. Now, as with the conveyancer screen before, you will note that certain information is already pre-filled in for me, and this has come from my default setup. Now, if you want some assistance on this, please have a look at our webinar called How to Set Up Defaults for Transfer. Now, I've got my default set to Cape Town for documents signed at, as well as for power of attorney granted at, and I have my notary, my commissioner of oaths, my province, and my appearer setting. Now, if you wish to change any of these details, you can access our lookup libraries, and please note that anywhere you can type in information, with the exception of a rand value and a date, we have lookup libraries. Now, they are not always denoted by the little red arrow, as you see here, but you can access these by standing in the field, holding down the control key on your keyboard, and pressing your up arrow. And this is a repository of information that you can then draw from. Now, if the item or the entry that you want is not here, you can insert it in the usual way by clicking on the insert button, inserting the requirement, and clicking on OK. You can then select, and Legal Suite will say to you, look, this field already contains information. What would you like to do? And I would like to replace it. Power of attorney granted at, generally this is the same place that the documents are signed. So again, I'd like Durban, control up arrow, Durban doesn't appear. I'm going to insert it. And once it's in the lookup library, it'll be there for future reference. Select and simply replace what's there. Now, my notary, I'm going to leave as Richard Clifford Jordan. My province, please note that if you change the place of the province where your documents are signed, you must change your province at the province field. So control up arrow. And I see KwaZulu-Natal is already in my lookup library, so I can simply select it and say replace. I'm going to change my commissioner of oaths in this particular matter as well to my conveyancer and my notary of Richard Clifford Jordan. So I'll stand in the field, control up arrow, and there he is. I can simply say select and replace what's there. His designation is also that of practicing attorney. Now, my appearer on my deed, again, drawn in from my defaults. This time I'm going to click on the little arrow that will take me to the lookup library, and I see that Pietermaritzburg, which is the deeds office under which Durban falls in KwaZulu-Natal, is already there, so I can simply select it. If it wasn't and I needed to add it, I could simply insert, put my deeds office town, and insert my appearers in both English and Afrikaans for both my power of attorney and my deed. In this particular instance, Pietermaritzburg, as I say, does appear, so I can say select, and it will change the appearers on my power of attorney to be those of that in KwaZulu-Natal. Our appearer on our deed we normally leave blank, and whomever appears at the deeds office on the day of preparation will insert their details. The same applies to the cause of action. We choose our cause of action from the drop-down, and the document, the deed of transfer, will automatically populate with your correct cause of action.